I won't lie. The release of Allo left me feeling a bit less than enthusiastic. I'm sure many of those who play the game can guess why. Beautiful animal, fantastic animations, absolutely lovely. Except that Pin quickly overshadowed all of it. Everywhere I looked on Horde Test, Allos pouncing everything in sight. Even I, during my first several Allo growths, fell into the pounce-only trap. And I felt dissatisfied. But there was nothing forcing me to use pounce. Nothing but fear. And so it all began with a single encounter. Oh my goodness, that's a Maya! Hey you! Wait! Come fight me, please! Please! Please fight me! Please, I don't even want to pounce you, just fight me! He's just running away, come here! I promise I won't use pounce! I'm only a baby too! Please, please don't run away. Yes, please, please let me fight you. Oh, he's gonna let me fight him. Oh yay. Yes, yes, that's right. Oh, this feels good. No, don't run away. Come back. I'm not using pounce, please. Oh, he's gonna use. Okay, okay. He can use the water. That's fine. That's fine. We can use the water. Oof, oof. Ooh, this lag though. Oh my goodness! Oh, he's out of stamina. If I die, I won't even be mad, honestly. At least I got a fight that was not an Allo or a Rex. The fight ended in what was essentially a draw. The Maya out of stamina and potentially low on blood. Me pretty seriously injured. When the Maya threatened to log out, I stepped forward to encourage them to stay. Not so I could kill them, but to politely nod and dance as thanks for the fun fight before going on my way. That hunt lit a fire in me. I was going to rely on Allo's other attacks. Safe grapple for only when it's absolutely necessary. Better to start from infancy, though. Ideally on a mildly less laggy server. Soon enough, I found myself in the Highlands Sanctuary, tracking a set of footprints I'd found at the entrance. They spotted me before I properly saw them. 2 fresh spawn Rexes. That was probably not the best fight for me as a lone, non-pouncing Allo, but I had heard tale of an incredibly sinister secret weapon Allo was hiding. The Claw Slash. You are doomed, buddy. Come chase me. Come on, chase me with your bleed. That's right. Chase me with your bleed. Aha, that's what I thought. One Rex vanished, and the other bled out while attempting to chase me down. Well then. Not too shabby. And actually, when I went looking for the other Rex, I found that he had also bled out in the bush he'd been trying to sit in. After the sun rose, I began my trek to the lake. I still had time in the sanctuary, but I don't like to sit around for long. I didn't actually get far. Glancing back over my shoulder, I spotted something that had clearly hidden as I initially ran by. I just needed to find it. Do you want to know what I loved about Legacy Dilo? Bleeding out my targets and making them unable to move for fear of making it worse. Oh man. While Avrima's Dilo is taken in a different direction, Allo's slash scratches that itch something fierce. Whoa. I think he's bleeding out, potentially. He seems to be spamming in weird directions now. Oh, there he goes. Yeehaw! Unfortunately, as I grew, finding opportunities to practice were few and far between. I was a sub-adult before I came across the Raptor Pack. After a mild ambush on the smallest failed and one of the adults pounced me, I waited for them to decide to take me on. But see, after thinking about it, they quickly decided the fight was too high risk. I could, after all, simply pin them to death. And though I had no intention of using my grapple, they couldn't possibly know that. I walked away. They didn't follow. Sometime later, though you may only know how long by the change in my patterns, I wandered back into Highlands again. I hadn't found much to hunt. I'd been subsisting mostly on deer and boars for a while. It was time to seek out my third diet once again, and the only reliable source was goats. As I walked, I saw something small running through J Sector. Ah. It was significantly smaller than I hoped, but hey, it was a player. Unfortunately for him, he was doomed the instant I landed my second slash. The bleed is intense. Perhaps too intense, though I'm sure it will be adjusted as needed. Mostly grown now, I finally entered Delta. This is, by far, the most dangerous area on Gateway. Caution is more warranted than ever before. I was getting desperately hungry though, and I knew that just through the gate I'd find more deer and boars to keep me going. As I approached, however, I had a bad feeling. A really bad feeling. I decided to change course and continue passing instead of going through. And this is why we listen to our gut. No, you don't. The problem now, though, was that my stamina and trot speed together couldn't keep me ahead of pursuing Rexes forever. Got places to be. They don't include you. What's out, boys? I'll take this with me. I needed to break line of sight, and grabbing a snack to take with me through the tight quarters of Sanctuary seemed like the best option. Nothing like bursting screaming out of the sanctuary with a deer in your mouth to make the acquaintance of multiple other Allos. I decided to drop the deer for them, hopeful that they'd take that instead of my soul. Thankfully, they were friendly, but I still left them the food and continued on my way. I didn't want to stick around in case the Rexes were still on my trail. Soon after, the server crashed, and ultimately I decided to try again another day. I logged in on my continuous loop through the map, seeking food. I hoped to come across something different than just more Allos and Rexes today. Coming around the corner and spotting an actual real-live adult Maya standing peacefully on a rock set my heart racing with adrenaline. Maya recently got rebalanced. They've got higher attack power now, and I've seen them absolutely demolish solo Allos. I was nervous, but I wasn't going to go in like a hyper-aggressive monster. No. I needed water first, and then I'd request a fight. Unfortunately, the server crashed. Not now. I did what any rational player would do and went to sit beside the Maya. We were both in limbo. The peace would not last when we returned. I came back and got my drink again, thrilled when the Maya returned too. As soon as my water was full, I approached with a request to fight. He used the rock, I'm sure, to deter me from using grapple. Good thing I had no intention of doing so. I'll be honest. He dropped so quickly from the bleed, I wasn't actually sure he was fully grown. Perhaps a fresh adult? Either way, I was grateful both for the hunt and for the food and diets I so desperately needed. I traveled to the far end of Delta before encountering a very large Rex and deciding to turn back. I wasn't interested in being leg fractured or pinned to death. Instead, I made my way toward Bridge, and as I did, I heard a couple of very chatty young Rexes that I thought I might be able to hunt. Or at least that was the plan, before I spotted another Maya. This one was quick to run, and I was unsurprised. With the Rexes chatting nearby and an adult Allo approaching, I would worry about mixed packs if I were that Maya. And so I followed it. I was in no rush. I could never catch a fleeing adult Maya, not if it didn't want to be caught. By the time I reached Highlands, I'd long since lost the trail. I wasn't even sure my target had come in this direction, until I heard the call in the distance. I continued moving at a casual trot. If I knew anything about player movement based on direction and sound, the Maya had very likely decided to travel through West Rail, and then, if I didn't find it there, would likely be south. I was getting quite hungry, though, and so when I smelled a pile of corpses, I decided to go take what was edible. A very scared baby Serato hid behind a tree and then fled as I approached. He wasn't much of a snack. I ignored him. But the raptor didn't. As they ran around, I finished the galley organs and continued down the hill. He broke his leg right in front of me. Lucky for him, I was feeling merciful. I had bigger fish to fry, and raptors are pretty stringy anyway. I reached south and stopped at the falls for a drink. I hadn't heard the Maya since Highlands. Honestly, she could be anywhere by now, if she was even still around. In the distance, a Rex headed up the hill and away. Well, if the Rex had been hanging around, it was a good bet that the Maya would have been pretty quiet. I decided to go check bush plains. There were several patrols out there. I had hardly reached the salt pond before I spotted her trotting directly toward me. Almost as if she'd been waiting for me to arrive. Game on. Bleed is a killer. We've gone so long without fearing the silent drain on our energy. But with Allo here now, the return of the bleeders is finally at hand. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts below. If you're new here or haven't yet, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Thanks, and I hope to see you again soon.